Another easy peasy problem. Number 18, solve for x. It gives us an equation, fairly straightforward. Let's do this. So to get rid of the square root, we're going to square both sides. If we square this side, it'll cancel out. Okay, so that's going to give us 6x plus 64. It's supposed to look like a plus sign. Equals, I can't just square each one of these numbers individually. I have to do x minus 16 times x minus 16. And you can set up a box method if you want to, but I'm just going to hippity hoppity. X times x is x squared. X times negative 16 is negative 16x. Negative 16 times x is also negative 16x. It's a perfect square trinomial. Negative 16 times negative 16 is positive 256. Okay, and now I'm going to subtract 6x and subtract 64 from both sides because I want to set this equal to 0 because it is a quadratic equation. So I'm going to have 0 on this side equals x squared. Negative 16 and negative 16 is negative 32, and negative 32 minus 6 is negative 38x. And then 256 minus 64 is 192. Now I'm going to turn this trinomial into two binomials. The x times x is where we get the x squared. And then we need numbers that multiply together to make 192 and add together to make negative 38. If you don't know those numbers, just make a list. I do not know those numbers off the top of my head, so I will. That'd be 1 and 192. That would be 2 and 96. That would be 3 and 64. That would be 4 and 48. 5 doesn't go in evenly, and 6 and 32. And there it is, right? They're going to both be negative because they have to be the same sign to make this a positive, and they're going to add to make a negative. So they're both going to be negative numbers, and we're going to have negative 6 and negative 32. So the solutions that we find are when we set each factor equal to 0 individually. So if x minus 6 is equal to 0, that means x has to be 6 because 6 minus 6 equals 0. So our first possible solution is 6. And likewise, 32 minus 32 equals 0. So our other solution would be 32. And we just got to check for extraneous solutions. We plug both of these solutions into the original equation and see what happens. So 6 times 6 is 36. 36 plus 64 is 100. The square root of 100 is 10, but 6 minus 16 is negative 10. 10 does not equal negative 10, so this is an extraneous solution. 32 times 6 is, what do we say, 192. And then 192 plus 64 is 256. The square root of 256 is 16. And of course, 32 minus 16 is also 16. So this is a good solution right here. And that would be the only solution to number 18. And we're done.